Good day to each and everyone. Speaking in front of you, let me introduce to you my name. I am Irving Clark Cernadilla Padios. And the topic that we are about to discuss is all about carboxylic acid. Let's go to the introduction. What are carboxylic acids? It is any compound that contains carboxyl group. C double bond OH is called carboxylic acid. For example, consider this organic compound. This is carboxylic acid because it contains C double OH group. Yan. Similar to this organic compound, this is also carboxylic acid because it contains C double OH group. Yan, kaya rin siya tinawag na carboxylic acid. Just remember that any organic compound that contains C double OH carboxylic group is called carboxylic acid. Now, kanina pa ako nagsabing carboxyl group, right? And the question is, why C double OH is called carboxyl group? Take a look at this one po. This C double bond O group is called carbonyl group. Okay, carbonyl group po ang tawag dyan. While this single bond OH group is called hydroxyl group. Here, carbonyl group and hydroxyl group will combine together, forming now your double bond O, single bond OH group. Ayan. And from carbonyl group, only the word carb was taken, while from the hydroxyl group, only the word oxyl was taken, forming now, of course, the word carboxyl. To note down, okay, for the writing po, we have R C double O H and R CO2H, and for the third one, yung parang kanina po, ito yung nandito sa baba, ganyan. So these are the different methods or the different formats of writing carboxylic acids.
Now let us proceed to the physical properties of carboxylic acids. So first physical property is the boiling point. The greater the number of carbons in the molecule, the higher boiling point of a carboxylic acid. So in short, more carbon in a molecule, higher the boiling point. To better understand this, let us have the methanoic acid and the ethanoic acid as an example. Shown in the presentation is the condensed formula of both methanoic acid and the ethanoic acid. And as stated earlier, more carbon in a molecule, the higher boiling point. So, obviously, sa naming pa lang ng methanoic acid and ethanoic acid as well as their condensed formula, alam na natin kung aling compound nga ba ang may mas maraming carbon. So, to answer the question, which has the higher boiling point between methanoic acid and ethanoic acid, the answer is ethanoic acid has the higher boiling point because meron siyang dalawang carbon compared to methanoic acid na meron lang isang carbon. For the comparison, carboxylic acids tend to have a higher boiling points when compared to ethers, alcohols, aldehydes, or ketones with a similar molecular weight. For this presentation, we will try to compare alcohol and carboxylic acids. In comparison between the boiling point of carboxylic acid and the alcohol, the boiling point of carboxylic acid is higher compared to the boiling point of alcohol even though they have the same number of carbon. So, paano mangyayari if dalawang compound naman is meron silang same number ng carbon? So imagine yung dalawang bilog na yan is both molecules. And in between them is a force na tinatawag nating intermolecular force. And ang intermolecular force is kumbaga siya yung nag-i-initiate ng interaction ng molecules ng ating substance. Furthermore, our intermolecular force depends its strength on the number of electrons of a molecule or the size of the molecule, making it the bigger the molecule, the stronger the force, and the stronger the force, more energy is needed and mas mataas yung boiling point na nangyayari. To understand better, let's have the comparison between the ethanol and the ethanoic acid. In our example, let's have the ethanol for the alcohol and the ethanoic acid for our carboxylic acid. Let's disregard the methyl group and the hydroxyl group of both compound kasi both sila meron nun. Mas mag-focus tayo sa hydrogen ng ethanol and sa oxygen ng ating ethanoic acid. And compared to hydrogen, mas mataas or mas malaki yung valence electron ng ating oxygen, making it na ethanoic acid has higher boiling point compared to ethanol. We also need to keep in mind that carboxylic acids have higher boiling points compared to the carbonyl compounds and alcohols due to the presence of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, which is yung force na nagbabind together ng atoms para makagawa ng molecule or a compound. Now, let's proceed to the solubility of carboxylic acid in water. Small carboxylic acids such as methanoic acid and ethanoic acid are soluble in water. Carboxylic acids having 1 to 4 carbon atoms are completely miscible with water. Solubility decreases with molar mass. Let's have, for example, the ethanoic acid with 2 carbons and hexanoic acid with 6 carbons. We divided the ethanoic acid into 2 parts, the insoluble part and the soluble part. As stated earlier, small carboxylic acids such as ethanoic acid is miscible in water. On the other hand, we also did the same with the hexanoic acid. We also divided it into 2 parts, which is the insoluble part and the soluble part. But in this case, mas malaki yung insoluble part, which leads us to that the miscibility or the solubility of bigger molecules decreases as the size of molecules increases. Or we can say that the immiscible part or insoluble part of the hexanoic acid is too big, masyado siyang malaki, which means that the longer the chain is, the solubility will drop. Next is the odor. The carboxylic acids with 5 to 10 atoms have a goaty odor. This is caused by the action of skin bacteria on the skin oils, which leads to undesirable smell. However, when carboxylic acid have more than 10 carbon atoms, they become solid and have a waxy texture. As carbon atoms increases, their smell becomes less strong and they become less likely to evaporate. To sum up, the larger carboxylic acid are less volatile and have weaker odor compared to the smaller one. Now, let's proceed to the synthesis of carboxylic acid. The compound in which the carboxyl group is attached to hydroxyl is called carboxylic acid. There are various methods that can be used for the preparation of carboxylic acid, one of which is by using primary alcohols and aldehydes. Primary alcohols are oxidized to carboxylic acids in 2 stages. First is to an aldehyde and then to an acid. In our presentation, we use methanol as our primary alcohol, which reacts with our oxidizing agent, represented by O, resulting in the formation of an aldehyde and water. The aldehyde is then oxidized further, which leads to the result of carboxylic acid. Next is by using esters. esters can be cleaved back into a carboxylic acid and an alcohol through the reaction with water and a catalytic amount of strong acid. The conversion of esters into carboxylic acids is known as hydrolysis. This process involves breaking the ester bond using water and a small amount of acid as catalyst, which is a substance that increases the rate of a chemical reaction. In this reaction, we use hydronium ion as our catalyst, which is the strongest acid that can exist in aqueous solution. The ester reacts with water in the presence of an acid catalyst, which is the hydronium ion, to create a carboxylic acid as well as alcohol.
Good day everyone. So now we will tackle about the nomenclature of carboxylic acid. The functional group of carboxylic acid is called carboxyl group. Carboxyl groups are frequently shown in the abbreviated forms COOH or CO2H. In systematic nomenclature, a carboxylic acid is named by replacing the terminal E of the alkane name oic acid. For example, 1-carbon alkane is methane, so the 1-carbon carboxylic acid is methanoic acid. The suffix "e" in the name of the corresponding alkane replaced with the oic acid. There are different examples of this. The common name is formic acid and the systematic name is methanoic acid. The acetic acid and ethanoic acid, propionic acid, propanoic acid, butyric acid, the common name, and the systematic name is butanoic acid. Valeric acid is pentanoic acid. Caproic acid, systematic name hexanoic acid. And last, the common name acrylic acid and their systematic name is propanoic acid. So, the question is, saan nanggaling yung mga common name nila? Carboxylic acid containing 6 or fewer carbons are frequently called by their common names. These names was chosen by the early chemists to describe some feature of the compound, usually its origin. For example, the formic acid is found in the ants, bees, and other stinging insects. Its name comes from the formica, which is Latin for ant. Acetic acid, contained in vinegar, got its name from acetum, the Latin word for vinegar. Propionic acid is the smallest acid that shows some of the characteristics of the larger fatty acid. Its name comes from the Greek words pro, the first, and the pion, fat. Esters. Esters has an OR group in place of the OH group of carboxylic acid. Look for the differences of the structure of carboxyl group and esters. An esters is an organic compound that is a derivative of carboxylic acid which the hydrogen atom of hydroxyl group plays with alkyl group. The structure is the product of carboxylic acid, the R portion in the left side, and an alcohol in the right side, the R portions. So look for the second structure. The double-banded oxygen is the carbonyl oxygen and the single-banded oxygen is the carboxyl oxygen.
Now, ito, continuation lang siya nung nomenclature. Then, nakita ko to sa internet, na maganda rin siyang i-discuss sa inyo. Ito po, simple mnemonic lang siya. Like, simple tricks lang. Simple trick, para hindi mawala sa isip natin. Okay? OMSGA sa taas. And sa baba po, may nakalagay tayong legend. Blue stands for IUPAC name and green stands for common name. And lagay ko rito, oh my son go away. Okay? And sa taas niya, Lagay tayo ng 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Consider this organic compound. There are 2 carbon atoms present and 2 carboxyl groups. Since 2 yung carbon atoms present, ang ilalagay natin of course is ethane. Okay? F means dalawa, ethane. Then, since dalawang carboxyl groups po ang nakalagay, instead na O-weak lang, OIC, instead na yun lang ilalagay natin, gagawin natin siyang di means dalawa, O-weak. Okay? Now, pagsamahin po natin sa ethane at di-O-weak, magiging ethane di-O-weak acid. And yung common name po niya is oxalic acid. Next one. Ito naman pong organic compound na to. There are 3 carbon atoms present. 1, 2, and 3. And meron din pong carboxyl group na dalawa. Okay, dalawa rin pong present. So, hindi natin babaguhin to. Di-O-weak acid pa rin ta. Okay? Di-O-weak acid pa rin. Of course. Kaso nga lang, naka-attach siya, okay? Yung double bond OH, naka-attach dun sa 1 at 3. So, anong gagawin natin? Now, ulitin ko pag sinabing tatlo, ang carbon atom magiging propane. Then, since naka-attach po siya sa what I mean yung carboxyl group po natin naka-attach sa 1 at 3, magiging propane 1,3-di-O-weak acid. Wag lang po natin kakalimutan yung comma na yan, yung parang dash na po yan, ha? Wag po natin kakalimutan yan. Kasi kapag wala po yan, of course, mali po yung sagot natin. And yung common name po natin, magiging malonic acid. Okay. For the third example, ito. Remember, okay, they are times 2, okay? So, of course, dalawa po ang carbon atoms na meron dito, okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Kaya parang 1 and 4 pa yung nakalagay dito, okay? Kasi dalawa po siya. Isipin natin merong number 2 doon. Mamaya kapag number 3 yan, of course, magiging 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Parang ganoon. Basta lalabas siya mamaya dito. Now, since 4 po na carbon atoms ang present, magiging butane. And since dalawa po ang carboxyl group na present, magiging di-O-weak acid, katulad dito sa una at pangalawang example. Kaso nga lang ulit, yung parang kanina, balik tayo sa pangalawang example, naka-attach yung carboxyl group sa 1 at 3, but dito naman, sa 1 and 4 naman naka-attach. Pabaguhin lang po natin yung number, okay? Tsaka yung prefix. Magiging butane 1,4-di-O-weak acid. And yung common name po niya, magiging succinic acid. Let's go to the other one. Ito, ulitin ko po ha. Times 3 po siya. So, ilan po ang carbon atoms na present? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, kaya po naging 5 yung nandito kasi 3 po ang nakalagay dito. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Katulad yung sinabi ko kanina, Dalawa po yung carboxyl group yung present kaya magiging dioic acid. Mapapalitan lang po yung parang numbering dito ha. Then yung prefix, since 5 siya, magiging pentane 1, 5 dioic acid. Okay. And yung common name po niya is glutaric acid. For the last one, parang ganito po ulit. Bibilangin po ulit natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. It means 6 carbon atoms po ang present dito sa organic compound na to. And dalawa pong carboxyl group yung present, naka-attach siya sa 1 at naka-attach din siya sa 6. Since 6 po yung carbon atoms present, ang prefix po natin ay magiging hexane. Of course, 1, 6 kasi doon naka-attach yung carboxyl group, 1, 6. And since dalawang carboxyl group po yung present, hindi po nabago, okay? Para silang dioic acid. Yun yung common name po niya, adipic acid. Okay? So, dito tayo sa una. Remember, oxalic acid. Remember this one, letter O. Para silang letter O, okay? Then, of course, malonic acid. Dito. Sa may succinic acid. Dito siya sa may sun. Then, glutaric acid, of course. Sa may go. Sa may away naman. Here's your adipic acid. Okay? Ulitin ko then sa may first example, ethane, which is 2 carbon atoms. Propane, 3 carbon atoms. Then sa may butane po, 4 carbon atoms present. Then pentane, 5. Then sa hexane, 6. Okay po. Thank you. Now from this slide, since carboxylic acid are weak organic acids, they can undergo acid-base reaction. Wait, asan yung highlighter natin? Ayun. Carboxylic acid, when reacting with metal hydroxide, produces salt and water. And this is because yung metal hydroxide natin, is classified siya as Arrhenius base. For example, ethanoic acid. So, carboxylic acid with 2 carbon atoms reacts with sodium hydroxide and it will give you sodium acetate plus water. For the second reaction, it is between a carboxylic acid plus metal carbonate, and this produces salt plus carbon dioxide and water. Sa third reaction naman, similar siya dun sa second one, and that is the reaction between carboxylic acid and the metal hydrogen carbonate. And same product lang po sila. Salt and carbon dioxide, salt plus carbon dioxide rather, and water. The only difference with these two is yung stoichiometric ratio po nila. Ay, sorry, napasobra. Wait lang, delete ko. Ayan. Yan. Yung stoichiometric ratio po nila, yung pinagkaiba. No? Yan. Now, we go to reduction. Okay? Itong carboxyl group po is very resistant to reduction. Meaning to say, napakatigas niya. Okay, napakatigas ng carboxyl group pagdating sa pagbabawas or sa reduction. I'm not talking about pagbabawas na ano ha. Like, hindi siya affected ng catalytic hydrogenation sa under ng mga condition sa madaling bawasan ang aldehydes at ketones. Pati na rin yung pag-reduce sa mga alkenes and alkynes. Kahit na yung sodium borohydride, okay? Kahit yung sodium borohydride po is hindi kayang bawasan yung mga carboxyl groups. But yung lithium aluminum hydride is kaya itong bawasan. Like sabi dito, ayan. Lithium aluminum hydride reduces a carboxyl group to a 1 degrees of alcohol. Okay po. And yung reduction is carried out by diethyl ether, THF, or other non-reactive or aprotic solvents. Here naman, pwede nating gamitin yung sodium borohydride para bawasan yung isang aldehyde or ketone sa presence ng COOH, double bond OH group. Okay? Pero hindi kaya ng catalytic hydrogenation bawasan ang C double bond OH group. Like sa pamamagitan ng H2M, itong H2M is refers to the use of hydrogen gas po with a metal catalyst for reduction of reactions. Yan. Kung nakita natin dito, H2, yung mga yan, yung dyan. Asan na ako? Ayan. Again, sa pamamagitan ng H2M, like, kayang ma-reduce ang isang alkene kahit may C double bond OH group na present. Even sa pamamagitan ng reduction, napapadali natin yung process ng paggawa ng iba't ibang mga compound and products po. Now we go for this slide. Parang ano siya, paano gumawa ng ester gamit ang Fischer esterification? Ito, parang magiging kwento time ano. And again, yung sinabi ko kanina, tungkol siya sa paggawa ng ester gamit ang Fischer esterification. Sorry. Okay. Gagawa tayo ng ester gamit ang acid at alcohol. Kasama yung parang mag-friend niya na si sulfuric acid or si gaseous hydrochloric acid. Like, kunyari gusto nating gawin ng ethyl ethanoate mula sa ethanoic acid at ethanol. Kapag pinagsama mo sila, yan, kasi may plus doon, pag pinagsama mo sila, mag-form ka ng ester and water. Okay, ganun siya. But, alam mo ba na yung Fischer esterification is para siyang siso, di ba? Para siyang siso kasi equilibrium reaction siya. Like, yung parang nandito sa gitna, ayan, yung nakikita natin. Pwedeng bumalik sa umpisa yung reaction. Okay? Itong ginawa natin, pwedeng bumalik sa umpisa. Like, yun nga, yung sinabi ko kanina. And kung magaling kang mag-experiment and kontrolin yung lahat, kayang-kaya mong makuha ang maraming ester. Kaya kung yung alcohol is mura compared sa acid, pwede mo siyang gawin ng sobra para mas maraming ester yung lumabas. Diba? Ganun siya ka-astig. Kaya sa pamamagitan ng Fischer esterification, kayang-kaya natin gumawa ng ester sa isang simple and effective na way. Like, dito nakita yung magic of chemistry. Ganon. And eto pa, Meron ding isang mahalagang intermediate sa Fischer esterification, and ito yung tinatawag na tetrahedral carbonyl addition intermediate or yung TCAI. Ito yung nabubuo sa pamamagitan ng pag-form or yung pagdagdag ng ROH sa C double bond O group. Ayan po. Kaya bago maging ester yung isang product, meron pang isang intermediate na dumadaan muna. Okay? Ito po. Ito yung nakikita natin sa gitna. Okay? Ulitin ko. Bago maging ester yung isang product, meron isang intermediate na dumadaan. Okay? Yun po siya. Now we go for this one. Decarboxylation. Pag sinabi po natin decarboxylation, andito na siya, loss of carbon dioxide from a carboxyl group. Meaning to say, kapag yung isang carboxylic acid is pinainit sa mataas na temperature, karaniwan siyang dumadaan sa thermal decarboxylation. Pero, kapag mababang temperature, yan, pag lower temperatures po, most are quite resistant to decarboxylation. Again, most are quite resistant siya sa decarboxylation kapag lower temperatures po siya. And mayroong mga exception dito, lalo na yung mga carboxylic acids na mayroong carbonyl group sa beta ng carboxyl group. And yung mga B-keto acids, yung mga B-keto acids is nag-undergo siya sa decarboxylation sa mild heating. Ayan. Yung thermal decarboxylation ng isang B-keto acid is kasama siya sa pag-rearrange ng 6 electron sa isang cyclic 6-membered transition state. Ayan. So, yung decarboxylation is isa siya sa mahalagang process ng chemistry na paano ba siya? Nagbibigay daan sa pag-create ng mga iba't ibang product ng compounds. Yun po.